Hey, fam. hey, fam. Hey. Look, I could say it's late or I could say it's early. Either way, your girl ain't been to bed yet, so for me, it's late. It is the very last day, honey. I had to get on here. It is the very last day of the month of May, the very last day of Faith Walk, the last day of Mental Health Awareness Month. Um, which has been very near and dear to my heart. Um, this whole month of May, we have been looking at our faith. We've been looking at our mental health and some of the things that affect our mental health. The four major things for me are finances, um, relationships, situationships, and unforgiveness. And so this whole month of May, we have been looking at it. I done jumped right in. Your girl know you know your girl tired. You know she tired because I ain't even tell you what was, did I? But y'all know me up in these streets, honey. It's your girl. Miss Michelle Franklin, Miss Michelle Allen Franklin, Miss DI, Miss Community Builder, Mrs. Divine Intervention, honey. I got so many names. I'm just like Puffy up in these streets, honey. DIY for divine intervention. Yes, because there are no coincidences in this world. Only God's divine intervention in our lives and community builder. Why? Because that's who your girl is to the core of me. No, I didn't make this up. I took a test. I was in a group, a paid group. I took a test. Yeah, that's what it came back as. I'm a community builder. That is to the core of who I am, honey. My mission and my goal in this life is to give back. And so that is one of the things that, your girl is born to do. I'm going to read on this day. I'm going to read really quickly. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm going to read it real quick if it'll let me. Look, and this is not letting me. Where did I put it? Your girl sleepy. I should be in the bed right now. I should be in the bed. But of course I'm not. And it's not on here. I thought I did it earlier. Anyway, let me see. Y'all, I'm tired. I'm definitely gonna go to bed after this for a couple hours. There it is. I just want to read this because I said, you know what, at one point in time I should have read it this month. I should read it at some point. I really should have read it. But I always give like the short version. But I really want to tell y'all what this means. That means just as me being a community builder and what the official definition is. Because I need y'all to know who your girl is up in these streets, girl. It is Miss Michelle I, community builder. It means a community builder creates an environment for others to participate in networking opportunities, mixing with the team and clients, and overall in the community. Community builders excel at meeting people and promoting cooperation among groups of people. Their natural inclination is to help and support others to carry out an activity or transaction. They are attentive to both people and task, and influence others through empathy and supportiveness. Once convinced of a course of action, they will encourage others, operate diligently, and collaborate to achieve the goal. They seek supportive relationships that are appreciative and empathetic towards one another. Is that your girl? Yeah, I had to read that because, I'm like, again, I did not just make that up. That is me. That is who I am to the core. I bring people together. I have created programs, and I've been creating programs and participating in programs that help people to heal, to get down to the core of what is the problem. I call it the what's in the pit of the belly stuff. Yeah, because it's not that surface stuff that you think it is. Like, it really is things that we generally have pushed down. It's the uncomfortable things. I help people to quote unquote have the elephant in the room conversations with themselves. Yeah. Only because I've had elephant in the room conversations with myself. I did that along my way in different programs and different things that I had been in. And so for me, it is giving back. You know, I have incorporated things that I have learned. I've taken a little bit from this program that I was in, a little bit from this program, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, and put it all together. So it's not going to take you, years like it took me to get to the point of realization, right? I can get you there fairly quickly, if that's what you want to do. So click the link tree, make an appointment, honey. We can talk about it. But I just want to throw that in there because I've had people to ask me. So when I first started my healing journey, every year the Lord would give me a word, right? And this is where, we're talking about our faith walk, right? We've been talking about faith walk for this whole month. And what is faith? Faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. That means, even if I can't see it, even if I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know the answers to the question, but I know something in the core of me knows, my spiritual man knows that it's going to work out. Right. I came to that this month because I had feelings of hopelessness last month after my nephew passed away. And I was praying and I was saying, Lord, what can I do to help? What can I do? Because I'm a helper be to the core of who I am. That, yeah, I just read it right. This is who I am. I like to give back. Lord, what can I do? In some situations, you can't help, right? Some situations you have no idea. You don't have the words. Like I didn't have any words, which is very much not like me. I have words for everything, right? But I just didn't have any words. And I remember trying to get to my brother just to put my arms around him because I just felt like that's all I could do, right? And I was praying on my way back and I said, Lord, what can I do and how can I help? What can I do? And I kept seeing the word hopelessness. I kept seeing hopelessness. And so I said, okay, hopelessness. What am I supposed to do with that? What combats hopelessness? And then he gave me faith, you know. And so I thought, okay, for the month of May, I'll get on and I'll come on live. It happened to be, did it happen to be? No, because I don't believe in coincidences. God's timing is everything. It's Mental Health Awareness Month. And so it was, in times of this mental strife, because there's so many people, 1 in 6, statistically, they say, are people that are suffering in silence with some mental health something, right? It's a lot of people, a lot of 8 billion people. You walk into a room and think of every 6th person. Think about the people in your building at work, right? Think about going out and being at a party. Think about being at the club. Think about the next time you're in a restaurant and look how many people are around in the room and how many people may be suffering in silence. Everybody look fine. Everybody smiling. Everybody going on about their day. They doing and laughing. I call it going and being and doing. right? And so as we're going and being and doing, for me, it was, for those people that are bold enough to say, I'm going through some stuff. I'm feeling some kind of way. I just wanted to be witness to say, hey, you're not alone. I go through stuff. I've gone through stuff. But I just want somebody out there to know that one, you're not alone. You're not crazy for feeling what you feel. Because you feel like you're crazy. You can't do the things that you used to do, and you're trying to figure out why. You may be grieving. Depression is a stage in grief. And so it is a thing too where, people feel like they can give you a time limit as to how long you can feel the way that you feel, which is crazy. You can take your time and go through the stages just as you need to go through the stages. At some point, you're going to get sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you'll shift and you'll move. That's what happened with me. It took me about 4 good years before I looked in the mirror and I said, Lord, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm an emotional eater. I was eating. I was eating, honey. Look, like Beyonce, I've been drinking, I was eating, I've been eating. It's what I was doing. I was eating, right? Emotionally eating. I was going to Brahms, honey, getting that good banana split. Hmm. Then I go over across the street and go to Sonic and get me some mozzarella sticks. And then I might go over to Chick-fil-A and get me a large fry with some. My daughter had introduced me to the Chick-fil-A sauce. Oh, what she do that for, honey? So then I would get the large fry with the Chick-fil-A sauce. No, I don't want nothing else, just a large fry and the Chick-fil-A sauce. And baby, that just made it better, honey. That made it better. For the moment, just like everything else. For me, it's eating. For you, it might be sexing, it might be drinking, it might be smoking, it might be a combination of all of them, right? Somebody is going to work every day, working, picking up every extra shift, working. Yeah, that's a sign too. Hmm. You're avoiding. It's a sign, honey. Yeah, everybody handles things differently. There's no judgment. I'm just here to tell you that, at the end of the day, you're not alone. You don't have to suffer in silence. You don't. You do have an option. There are right now, the new mental health hotline number is 988. Instead of 911, they changed it to 988. So you can call that number no matter what city or state you're in the United States, and get the resources that you need in your city. They'll help navigate you. And so that is the biggest thing I want you to know, is that you don't have to. I know sometimes it feel like you're alone in situations. I call him the devil. He gets very busy. He's on your shoulder just talking. All that negative self-talk in your ear. He's so loud sometimes. All you can hear is him. But I'm telling you that the devil is a liar. All those negative thoughts that you're hearing, you will get out of your situation. trouble don't last always. Last year, this time, I was suicidal. I was. I was having suicidal thoughts. I was. And the only thing that got me past that thing was the Lord sent me a man's voice, this guy on Clubhouse, Triple J. He was talking. He was very transparent and shared his story. I had been feeling this way for weeks. Weeks. Just, I couldn't shake it. And it's a scripture. It said we are renewed by the testimony. It's by other people's testimonies. You get a sense of renewal, right? You kind of get restored. We're renewed by the words of a testimony. He shared his testimony. It was in July. It was amazing. It was life-changing for me. I heard his story and I just got this sense of, okay, Lord, I saw some light. So what I'm saying to you is pay attention. Get you some positive, keep you some positive in your ear. All month long. You can go to my YouTube channel all month long for this month of May. First 20 to 30 minutes I've spent Faith Walk talking about it. And then I got into a topic for the last hour, hour and a half, or whatever it was. But for that first 30 minutes, if you need some encouraging words, you need some positive in your ear, hit the YouTube channel, honey. That's the beautiful thing about this time and this day is that you can YouTube anything. Instead of letting that devil sit loud and give you all this negative self-talk, just lead and guide yourself. The thing I want you to do is I want you to have a flashback. Have a flashback and remember. You've gotten through some rough times before. I know you have. I want you to go back and I want you to think about it because you're a survivor. You're a conqueror in this world. You have to remember, like sometimes you just don't even, like you don't even realize how strong you are. You don't even realize who you are in this world. I had to get to a point where I remembered who I was and whose I am. Yes, I'm a child of the Most High God. You are a child of the Most High God. His Spirit lives in you. Even when you feel like it's like no light, like the light isn't, where's the light? I don't see the light. It's not, is it there? It's not, no, it don't reside in me. It does. It does. He's there. That's why you got to keep you some positive in your ear because it gives you the reminders. Even when I'm like, I can't see it myself, I'm like, okay, it's like your guiding light. You know, you just close your eyes and put it on and it's like, okay, I'm walking in darkness, but I'm going to just keep walking. I'm going to keep listening and I'm going to keep walking. I'm going to keep listening and I'm going to keep walking. And one day, you're going to wake up. You're going to feel different. You're going to feel different. You're going to say, something's different. I don't feel the darkness right now. I don't feel so alone. God will send you somebody. Reach out to your friends. Reach out to your family. Reach out to a coworker. Reach out to someone that you trust. Right? Hit that number 988. Get you some resources. Right? It's always something. It's always somebody. We're never alone. We just think that we are. right? It's so overwhelming at times that you just think that you are, but you're not. That's the biggest thing. I feel like people need to know, I think you need to know, is that you're not alone. And even in situations like mine last year, I felt like it didn't matter where I was at work, it was crazy. It was situations with my family that was crazy in my personal life. It was situations even at my church at that period of time that I was feeling like a little crazy. And so it was just like every which way that I turned, it was so like I just couldn't, it was so heavy, I couldn't shake it. But even in that, I was carrying at any time I could have said, Lord, just take it off of me, remove it. Help me to get past this thing. And I feel like when I did, and I put that positive in my ear, guess what I did? I heard Triple J's story. You're going to hear somebody's story. You're going to hear something that's going to spark something in you. It's going to bring you some light. Just keep walking. Just keep walking. I guarantee you, every person that has had thoughts of suicide, or that, if that's you thinking about suicide, every person has no idea the amount of people that at your funeral crying, the amount of people that are hurting, the amount of people that miss you. People, you can't take things, so personal, because people are just, life is life, right? People are going and being and doing. When I moved back to Texas, you know, when I left, all my cousins were here. Everybody was here. The church was big. It was a lot. It was so much. And that was different. Everybody has their own children. Everybody is doing their own thing. People are married off, living in different cities. Everything is different. But that's life, right? Things are different. Things are going to be different. So I'm saying to you, how are you going to navigate the different? It doesn't mean because it's different, you give up. You don't get to make that, like, you don't get to make that decision, right? God's timing takes us out of here, not ours. Not ours. And I never even thought about it like that, but it is. God's timing is everything. He'll send you what you need. You just got to ask him. That's part of that faith walk. Sorry, I'm always crusty. That's part of that faith walk. Is I trust and I believe and then I know that even though I don't know how long it's going to be, I don't know when it's going to be over, it's going to be eventually. That's it. Think about whatever you've endured before. Have a flashback. Keep you some positive in your ear. This month we covered the things that typically affect our mental health. Finances. Money is going to come and money is going to go. You're not always going to be in a situation, right? And you got to think about it like that. It makes me very uncomfortable when I don't have money to do what I want to do and do the things that I feel like I even need to do. Just regular things. But it'll pass. Even now, it'll pass. things will be better, right? You've been in worse situations. Think about the relationships people have come and gone in your life. When I started looking at really appreciating and being grateful for the people that have been in my life and understanding that they were in my life literally. Tyler Perry said it best, for a time and a season. And how can I be grateful for the time that they were in my life? What lesson were they there to teach me? Some situations, have you ever broke up with somebody and then afterwards you were like, ooh, I'm glad that's over. I'm glad. Ooh, you found out some stuff about that person afterwards. Or they might have done some stuff after. You're like, ooh, I've had that happen a couple of times in my life. I'm like, thank you, Lord. I had no idea. Thank you. Sometimes, like, we don't have a full understanding. We don't have a full understanding of why people are going and coming, but embrace that thing. When you get to a place of gratefulness where you can say, Lord, thank you, for allowing that person to be in my life. What did it teach me? Thank you for allowing me to be loved for at this extended period of time, but maybe they weren't treating you right, and maybe there's somebody else out there that's going to love you better. Maybe you deserve more. Maybe they doing whatever they been doing, and it's you don't know what's happening. You have no idea why God removes people out of your space, but I trust it. I definitely trust it now. I trust it. I trust it. He there all the time. I'm only there sometimes, so I trust it. Situationships and unforgiveness. I did a very intimate um, live yesterday on personal live yesterday on unforgiveness. And it is because in everything that I do, I'm always transparent. But it is because, unforgiveness is one of the things that really does hold us hostage. What do I mean by hold us hostage? It is that thing where, you can only get so far in life. You procrastinating, you trying to start something and you can't figure out why. Those are subconscious strongholds. Those are shackles. I call it like picture. I'm visual, right? So picture, um, seen those little dogs that are sitting in the yard and they just look like they just sitting right there. And then somebody walking by and they like, boo, and they take off running. And then they get checked by the chain. They didn't even know it was there. Mm-hmm. Them invisible chains, honey. Subconscious strongholds that holding you hostage. Unforgiveness is one of them. Excuse me. Affects us in so many different ways. And so this month we covered all of it. We read Rich Dad Poor Dad. At the beginning of the month, we covered the 6 lessons that Richard Kawasaki's father taught him. That was, just amazing to me. It was lesson 1, the rich don't work for money. Lesson 2, why teach financial literacy. Lesson 3, mind your own business. Lesson 4, the history of taxes and the power of corporations. Lesson number 5, the rich invent money. And lesson number 6, work to learn, don't work for money. I mean, just to shift the mindset. It is the little action steps that you need to take to help you um, to get to just a better space, right? It is just little tiny action steps that we can take that will help us get to a better place. So my little my little so I'm gonna share something with you guys. This next month is June. We're going into Men's Month. And so for Men's Month. For Men's Month, it is. It is one of my favorite months. I need not do this, but I'm tired. I can't even get on my thoughts. I'm sorry. I'm trying to hold it together, but I want to go to bed. Um, Men's Month, June. So we have some tomorrow. We will be looking at our men, all things men for the month of June. All things men for the month of June, men's health, men problems, men things. I'll be going live a couple of times this month, talking about different men issues. I have a few of my favorite podcasts that we're going to rebroadcast. Um, and so, talking about the different lessons and things that some of the men that I've interviewed have learned. And we are looking for other um, men for the month of June. If you want to be on the podcast, if you want to be a special guest, then please contact me, um, and let me know. I'm excited about that. So I last thing I want to share is the other thing I'm gonna be doing for the month of June is I'm going to be doing a gratitude journal. A gratitude, um, yeah, gratitude journal. I'm like it's another word, but I can't think of it. Um, that's what I get. That's what I get for doing stuff when I'm tired. Lord have mercy. Um, and so I wanted to share this with you guys. Okay, let me just get it together. I want to share this with you guys because each and every time that I have gotten to just a crazy space in my life and I've gained weight, I've always been 270 pounds. Now, let me fix it. I've always been 270 pounds when I've decided to get on the scale. Okay. So I will be at a period of point where I will lose some weight. And then I'm feeling so big that I don't even want to know the number. And so I don't get on the scale. And then when I get brave enough and like, okay, now let me just see where I am so I can kind of start juggling it. I feel like I got down far enough. Then I'm like, okay, I get on the scale. Each and every time I have been 270 pounds, each and every time. And so I shared yesterday in my unforgiveness live that last year, 2022, how my body inflamed. And it was from the anger and unforgiveness that I was having. My whole body, it just inflamed. I had so much fluid. It came up my legs into my belly. I had gained so much weight. I had so much water weight on me, you know, just from all of the fluid. And even after the surgery, it was better, but it wasn't better like it was. It was because I had a lot of unforgiveness. And so the weight and the all of that I've gained, I have not fully recovered. I haven't been intentional about losing the weight. I was just not in a place, right? And so, and then every time that I thought about, I was making like a little small, because like I said, I feel like I'm down some, right? But not down where I feel like I could be if I was really putting some effort into it. So nevertheless, when I saw the 270, I literally stepped on the scale tonight. I went and bought a scale the other day and I stepped on the scale tonight. So I just want to share this with you as we close out for Mental Health Awareness Month and Faith Walk, because I truly believe, I'm like, why is that little thing to me? I truly believe that all things are working together. Romans 8:28 is one of my mantras for life, right? The good, the bad, and the crazy is all working together. And so when I stepped on the scale tonight and I saw 270 pounds, I was like, this is the third time since I've been here in Texas that I've stepped on the scale and it was 270 pounds, right? So I Googled it. I said, what is the message behind because I believe in angel numbers. I believe the angels talk to you. I believe your guardian angels, I believe they send you messages if you're open. You know, I believe that your guardian angels are with you. You know, that whenever you hear, like I said, all the negative here, the devil whispering in your ear, you pluck them off because your angels are there leading and guiding you. Anytime that you get a message to do something, a really strong urge to call somebody to go left instead of going right, to, you know, whatever it is, those are your guardian angels, right? Those are the ones, those my big mama, that's my dad, that is, you know, my grandfather, that is now my nephew. You know what I mean? Like leading, guiding, like right there, um, leading and guiding us along the way. That's what I truly believe. And so when I step on a scale and I see the 270, I said, okay, what does this mean? Again, this is the third time. Google, what is the message behind the 270 angel number? They call them angel numbers, right? It says, today we are going to be looking into the spiritual and numerological numerological significance. I'm not doing any more lives this late or this early in the morning. Okay. Significance of the angel number 270. As you may already know, angel numbers are special sequences of numbers that appear in our lives to deliver messages from the divine realm. All of us have the potential to receive these messages, and they can come in many different forms. Let me put a pin in that. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. It says, all of us, nothing special about me, all of us have the potential to receive these messages, and they come in many different forms. Now, I'm saying this because in 2019, when I got very intentional about my life, when I said, Lord, I was at 270 pounds, and I said, I don't want to do this anymore. I was very sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was in a place of complacency. It was exhausting to me. I didn't recognize myself. I was not doing the things that I know me to do. You know, like I was having the panic attacks. I had started having panic attacks at that point. I had started with this, the depression was really, back and forth and back and forth. It was just a mess. I just felt like I was in one valley. I come out the valley and go back into another valley. And so I said, Lord, I literally prayed, Lord, help me. In that year, 2018, December, going into 2019, the Lord gave me the words, be open. I heard it just like now every year since that year, I get a word every year. I'll do another live about the words. Maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow. But nevertheless, that was my first message, was to be open, because at that time I was very much closed. And since I have been open, I have been able to see things a little bit differently. I've been able to process things. It's a shift in mindset to understand that the way that I know and understand things, maybe there's another way. Maybe I could be open to, okay, Lord, whatever it is you're trying to show me. And that's where I was. Whatever it is you're trying to show me, I'm looking, I'm listening. I'm going to be obedient. Okay. And so all of us have the potential to receive these messages. You have to be open, honey. You got to be open. So it says angel number 270 is a powerful combination that signifies spiritual awakening and insight. This special number carries with it an energy of transformation and renewal. It encourages us to look within ourselves and to recognize our inner strength and potential for growth. This number also encourages us to trust our intuition and follow our true path in life. When it comes to numerology, the number 2 has powerful resonance with partnership, balance, harmony, cooperation, and duality. The 0 stands for the beginning of a new journey or phase in life that will bring positive changes if we focus on our goals with love, faith, and trust. The 7 symbolizes mysticism and inner wisdom. This is a call from angels to look deep within ourselves for answers that we seek. Did you hear me say earlier that the name of my book was What's in the Pit of Your Belly? Okay. Look deep within ourselves for answers. Okay. All right. When combined together into an angel number 270, this powerful combination brings a message about embracing change as a part of our spiritual journey for personal growth and enlightenment. We are being encouraged by angels to open up our hearts and souls so that we can experience greater joys than ever before. Is that amazing? Then this other one says, it just asks the question, why do I keep seeing the 270 angel? What is the 270 number trying to tell me? It says the angel number 270 is a message from the divine realm that you are about to embark on a path of spiritual growth and development. Your angels are sending you this number to encourage you to stay open-minded, trust your intuition, follow your inner guidance. This number also encourages you to take steps towards manifesting your heart's desires and fulfilling your divine purpose. By embracing the energies of this number, you will be able to align with your higher self and create positive changes in all areas of your life. The angels want you to know that they are always beside you, supporting and guiding you along the way. Coincidence? I think not. This is why I love me some Jesus. Jesus is my homeboy. He's my homie love friend. I loves me some Jesus because he always sends me a message. He know I need these messages. He know I need these good signs. This thing, when I read this tonight, it gave me such a sense of renewal, like refreshing, like restoration. Restoration is actually my word for the year. Restore is my word for the year because I just feel like I had lost something. And so when I got the word restore, I'm like, okay. But it feels like it's like, every time I feel like I'm about to, get into this groove, something in this just the 6 months of the new year, what happened, And so it's been throwing my energy off. It's been throwing me off. And so, of course, this thing with my nephew, of course, that threw me off as things or some other things going on. It throws you off, And so it is, though, at this point in time, because I knew how I responded to depression with my dad and my big mama. And so I knew that I did not want to respond that way with my nephew. I was being very intentional. And even though I have days, and I mean I had a day early today, I had one yesterday, where I just have to watch his video and I just watch him dancing, and I'm just like, like, but at the same time, I know that I have to move on, and I know that I have to do the work that God has given me to do to reach the people that are still here on this side of heaven. And I've gotten a beautiful message from my nephew. I'll tell y'all about it real quick. This is in honor of him. So the day after his funeral, I'm sitting in my car. And Marley had left something. My baby girl had left something. And so she called me. I go up to the school to take a little whatever she left. And I back up in the space, right? And right as I'm talking to my girlfriend on the phone, and right as I am backing up, and I put my car in park, I look over on my mirror, and in between the mirror and that little part that connects to the car, this little part right here, a butterfly landed right there. The most beautiful black and gold butterfly that you ever wanted to see. And I just realized it's a black and gold butterfly up in the top of my thing. Lord have mercy. Most beautiful black and gold butterfly that you ever did see. And so I had been watching this video of my nephew dance over and over again. It's on Instagram. I think one of his friends took it and whatever. So I've been watching this video of him dancing like over and over again. And so I'm looking at the butterfly. And first off, the butterfly wings is just kind of like, they're just going up and down. Like they're just sitting there going up and down like this. And so I'm looking and I was like, girl, this butterfly just landed on my side view mirror. And then the butterfly started shimmying up almost like it was dancing, right? I was like, looked just like my nephew in this video dancing. And I was like, oh my God. I told my girlfriend, I said, girl, this butterfly look like it's dancing. I said, just like my nephew in this video. And she said, that's him. She said, that's him just trying to let you know that he's okay. And I was like, what? And so I get ready to get out of my car. And the butterfly, because after he danced, he flew away, right? And so he flew away and he landed right here on the side of my car. And so I opened my door and the butterfly's sitting there on the ground. And again, he's just sitting there. Just like, and I was like, oh my God, I ain't never seen, like, it's just sitting there. And so I was like, oh my goodness, it's going to get up before I can get a picture. So oh my God, trying to hurry up. You know, when you're trying to take a picture of something, then it moved, right? It fly away. So I was like, oh my God, it's going to fly away before. It literally sat there. I get the picture and I'm like, I was kind of in a little trance for a second because I was just kind of like in awe. And my heart was just like, you know. And so I'm like, okay. Then I like come back to myself. I'm like, oh, go, you know. And so then I go in. I'm like, girl, you got to take the stuff in for Marley. So I go in, take the stuff. I come back. The butterfly is still sitting next to my car. Have you ever known such a thing? It's still sitting next to my car. I'm like, what? Okay. So that wasn't the kicker. So I'm talking to my mom later. And my mom was like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. And she was like, are you serious? Are you serious? And I was like, Mom, yes. I'm like, it was so amazing. And she said it was a black and gold. She said my brother was walking my niece, my baby girl niece, outside to the car, and said there was a black and gold butterfly dancing around their head outside. Same night. Thank you, Lord. God sends us signs, y'all. He sends us signs. I just said, thank you, Lord, because he knows I need this sign. He knows I need these little signs like, he's okay. You're going to be okay. It's all right. I'm here to tell you, if you're watching this video, it's not a coincidence. It's either for you or somebody that you know, but 9 times out of 10, it's for you. You're going to be all right. I'm going to be all right. When you need to take a day, take a day. But know that you're going to be all right. I dedicated this whole month to you. Just for you. Because I need you to know that you're important. I need you to know that you are loved just that much. That God laid on my heart to make this message, to get on live every day. Every day that I have this month of May, just for you. Just for you. So I need you to be encouraged, honey. Be encouraged. Yeah, this is your sign. This is your message. I don't know if you want to see this today, tomorrow, or 5 or 10 years from now. But I need you to understand, God loves you. He does. There's not one perfect being on this side of heaven. I know you made some mistakes. I know you think you're unworthy. It's not true. You are worthy of everything that your heart desires. Whatever you are called to be in this world, we need you. We need your gift. What is it? What is it that's inside of you that you've been afraid? We need it. The world needs it. You make like the best barbecue. Like, what do you do? Do you have gifted hands? What do you do? Are you supposed to be out there educating somebody? What are you supposed to be doing? Are you like, like a chef? Are you like the best in the kitchen? What are you supposed to be doing? Are you a nurse? Are you a firefighter? Are you a police officer? Like, what are you supposed to be doing? Who are you supposed to be? What creation do you have inside of you? What are you supposed to be bringing to this world? Hmm? We need you. Yeah, I know it hurts. I know it's been painful. I know you can get tired. You can sit down and rest for a little bit, but you got to get up. You got to get up. You got to get up, honey. And as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me. Yeah, because it's time. It's time. The world is waiting. Somebody's waiting for you. Somebody needs you. Yep. Jesus came back just for one. So while you looking for a crowd, it might be just one out there, but they need you. And that's it. Yeah. Okay, honey. I gotta go to bed. I have to go to bed because we got to get ready for another day. We got to get ready for another day. Next level is coming. So we need our beauty sleep. Honey, I am going to close out May 31st, 2023. Joy and Strength, 365 Devotions for Grief and Loss. May the 31st, it says, no bias. I will have mercy on whom I have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I have compassion. That's Romans 9:15. It is not our duty in life to manage the reactions and emotions of others. We can only truly change our own outlook on life, not control others' viewpoints. Did we talk about that yesterday? We did. We are responsible ultimately to ourselves and to God. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. Remember I told you? Yeah. I know it hurts, honey. I know it hurts. I know it hurts, and not that have other people talking about you and all. I know. But at the end of the day, party of one. He's all that matters. We're here for a party of one, honey. We are responsible ultimately to ourselves and to God. That is not to say that we do not love others and treat them with respect, compassion, and kindness. Surely that is the way of the cross. May everything we do be saturated with mercy that God bestows upon us. There is none who deserves it more than another. God is not biased in his views of humanity, except in extravagant love. Let us look through the lens of his compassion today and catch a glimpse of his perspective. As we receive more of his mercy that meets us where we are, we will be ready to extend the same to others. And then the prayer says, Compassionate One, you are so full of love to all who call on you. May I never forget the depths of your mercy. As I receive, may I also pour out on others without a need for anything in return. I want to see both others and myself the way that you do. Give me eyes to see. That's amazing. That is amazing. And that is the word of the night, honey. You are in this world and in the perspective of party of one. Only one important person at the party. I know it's hard, but everybody else it's just irrelevant, honey. Yeah, you do whatever aligns with your center and with your core. That is what is going to help your spirit get back, your spirit man get back. We got to fill our spirit man up, honey. We're pouring and pouring and pouring and giving and doing and going and being. And then we're empty. And then we're off. Yeah, God does know your heart. So that's it and that's all. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm so grateful and thankful for each and every person that has watched these lives, that have sent me a message, that have sent me a comment. I've had a couple people say, oh my gosh, I was so engrossed in the message. I couldn't even type anything, but it was, whatever. And so I thank you. I thank you for the encouragement. I thank you for the feedback. And I thank God for using me in this way. I thank him for using me in this way. And so that's all your girl got, honey. I gotta go to bed. I got to go to bed. What I know for sure is that I got to do my lives in the morning as we move forward. I'm trying to get a schedule together, y'all. I'm going to get it together. I'm going to get it together. Consistency is the word. I'm going to get it together. I'm working on it. But understand this too in depression, honey, and then when your spirit is heavy on stuff, because we try to hold ourselves to things that, we can't do, and then we feel some kind of way about it. And I had to learn this. I give myself some grace. I might set a goal and sometimes I can hit it and sometimes I can't, but I'm striving, right? I'm striving. And I know each day I'm getting better than the day before. And it'll become a time where it won't be, all of this, and it will be, you know what I mean? The consistency. But at this point in my life, guess what? I'm grieving, right? Although I'm showing up and I'm being here, I'm still grieving. Whatever you're going through, you're still going through it. So give yourself some grace. Do what you can do and give yourself some grace. You'll be able to get there and do more. You'll have strength later. You'll have more strength later. You'll be able to do it. But if you can't, don't beat yourself up, honey. Give yourself some grace. Okay? Give yourself some grace and just pray and ask God to give you the strength to do whatever you need to do, however you need to show up. But you're okay. At the end of the day, you're okay. Just like me. Look, I'm okay. Some days is better than others, but I'm okay. Right? You're okay. Give yourself some grace. All right. And that's the end for real. It's your girl, Michelle Franklin, Miss Michelle D.I., honey, Miss Divine Intervention herself, telling you that I believe when you walk in your purpose, that is the whole goal, honey, to get you to purpose. When you walk in your purpose, you inspire others to walk in theirs. And just like Miss Celeste Brown, I aspire to inspire until I expire. That is what I'm doing. What you doing? All right. Bye, sweetie.